Good morning. I am in a different setting than the last couple videos. I was going to say than usual, but I was like, well, my videos haven't really been usual. There's been three new ones this year. But yeah, I went on, this is my vacation week, and I chose to go solo camping in the Bruce Peninsula. And so far, I knew this was going to be an amazing trip, but I didn't just actually living it has been even better than anticipated. Like I just even just looking around, I sorry, I just got this really sort of side note thought and I was like, "Wait, the only other neighbors that I have next to me left." um so that means I have no one around me tonight. It's going to be interesting. I don't know why I keep touching my eyes. My fingers smell like gasoline from my from my stove. I'm a mess this morning. Um, yeah, I really needed this. And I sort of thought back to my last couple trips that I've taken. Um, and the trip in 2017 was to Italy. Like solo trips I've taken was to Italy, and that was when I was in the worst part of my depression and eating disorder, just off of OPA provincials. Where I'd qualified for nationals, and I found it hilarious. I was like, sure, go to Italy, where I already have a binge eating disorder, and I literally just like my whole trip was finding bakeries and just eating so many cannolis and like so much food. I went on a lot of hiking, but I thought back every time I go on these trips, one thing that's certain is I still gravitate to going on these natured hikes. Like I went to Italy and I was like, hey mom, going out of service, and I went on this 4 hour hike in southern Sicily, Italy, in the mountains. And I had no clue where I was going. I found my way back, but I like to do these trips where I'm just solo, and I do them every 2 years or so. And the last one was to Australia, solo. Just low key trips, right? Not anything too big. And of course, I met people there, but a large part for the at least the first part was solo. But at least the difference with this trip, now that I've found Jesus and now that I'm a child of God, is that this wasn't a running away trip. When the last two trips solo were most certainly a runaway trip. My eye hurts now. I think I got gasoline in my eye. Oh my goodness. I did wash them. Anyways, it's bothering me. We'll see how long this video lasts. And yeah, this time it's not a. I keep getting. There's like light. What are they called? Fireflies, but they're in the daytime, and I just find it hilarious looking at fireflies flying around in the daytime. They look like they have blue butts. It's like this opaque white blue. Anyways, yeah, it's totally different now that I have God in my life, and if I haven't been hiking on this trip, I've been reading the Bible. And there's this other book that I'm reading as well to blow the capacity off my limits and stuff like that. And it's a Christian author, um, but mostly it's been reading the Bible. And I just found it so interesting because once you quiet everything else down, like I naturally gravitated to the Bible and to the stories. And I finished the rest of Matthew. I finished a good few chapters there. And I'm back in the Old Testament on my reading plan, my chronological plan. But I just love reading the Bible. And I think it's because once you take away all the other distractions, and like this is what life does, it's made to be alluring and distracting. And the one thing that I find is I do like being busy and being productive, but there's a definition between just being busy versus actually being productive and efficient. Whole other chat. But once you calm and quiet everything down, God can actually speak to you. And I totally knew that just the daily life, I was finding it difficult to slow all of the noise and quiet all of the noise. Um, I found it hard even at home when I'm at home because I live alone and stuff. Well, I mean, I have roommates, but like when I'm home, I'm not going home to anyone, so I like to distract and busy myself with multiple devices. And so I tried to slow that down and slow everything down. And the last video was all about how I, ran myself down. And this is one of the ways, and just being more intentional about just doing one task instead of three at once. And it's not actually being efficient or productive, but sometimes you have that illusion that you are. So, yeah, that's, I just found, yeah, long story made long, I love reading the Bible because it's like I can only imagine before technology and before all these alluring things and things to eat and things to do and things to look at and things to all that. Like the Bible is such a rich novel, and not just a novel, but it's truth. And it's even cooler reading it like a novel and then realizing, oh my gosh, these things happened thousands of years ago. And there's this one part in Matthew that talks about this woman. I think I believe she was more of like a, she wasn't rich. She was really poor, and she took this oil and put it all over Jesus's head. And the disciples were like, "Why would you waste oil when you could be like selling it and giving the money to the poor or something like that?" And he was like, "She was right by doing so because you have the poor and the needy to always take care of and always look after, but you won't always have me." And then furthermore he said, and when the gospel is retold, this woman's story is going to be recounted and be remembered. And I was like, and I'm reading it now. I was just like mind blown. I was like, that's what Jesus said, and it's right there. It's so cool. Okay, let me show you the uh, the campground before I let you go. So this is my little eating spot. And I'm not gonna do an. I was gonna do a separate video and then edit them together. But you know what? We're gonna be efficient and just do it this way. So this is my little eating ground. This is the gasoline that I was talking about with my stove. I have to hook it up. If you can see, gotta hook it up. That's why my hands always smell. Oh, I got food there. That's nice. That's nice. Anyway, okay, this is my little campsite. And then we go over to my humble abode. Oh, just fell over. And this is my little campsite. So I brought a lot of extra gear because I wasn't sure how cold I was going to be. It drops down to about 10 degrees right now in October in the Bruce Peninsula, degrees Celsius. But so I have a 30-degree quilt. Comfort rating is probably about 5 to 10 degrees, but it's an enlightened equipment quilt. But I also brought another synthetic sleeping bag, which I've been using as a teddy bear. And then I have a fleece liner that I've put my pillow in. So I've been super hot at night, but I just wanted to be prepared, and I knew I wasn't back country camping, like backpacking, so I could afford to bring some extra things. There's my backpack over there, and got my day pack with my bladder, which I've been using for hikes, and then I've got my other little book and first aid kit, and I've got 2 sleeping pads here. I've got the Thermarest Trail Light Women's. It's to be honest. Like, I guess I don't go frequently enough to feel comfortable on a sleeping pad, so it's good and it's warm. And I doubled it up with a Z-Lite pad, which is an R rating of about 1.2, and then this is a 4.5. So this setup here would keep you warm for winter. And obviously I have this on. I just have a t-shirt underneath, but I brought like all my warm gear because I just didn't know how cold I was going to be, because I tend to be cold. But I was over prepared, and that was the goal. Got my little welcome mat, worth it. Anyone, like, it costs like $5 for these on Amazon, maybe $2 or $3, and coffee's kicking in. Can you tell? And It's so worth it because it just helps, get in and out. And I do recommend this is the Nature Hike Cloud Up two-person tent. So obviously, if you don't know, did a bird poop on there? How dare they? Um, if you don't know, a two-person tent, essentially, if you want all your gear in the tent, it means a one person plus gear. You saw the size. A one person usually means that it's like there's no room for gear. And of course, you have a little nice vestibule out front. And the Nature Hike is the cheaper brand that you can get on Amazon. Like, I have some brand name gear in there, but I ain't rich, so I sort of pick and chose, and I listened to the reviews a lot on this, and there were some really great reviews. Um, yeah, the biggest thing with this one, it is fully waterproof, which I was glad about. I don't know why I'm doing a review. I guess I've just watched enough um, reviews on YouTube, and I this is turning into a this is not what you're here to watch. So if you want me to do gear reviews, let me know if that's something that interests you. I don't know why it would be, but I mean, we can we can do that. And yeah, so this is the spot. Yeah, this is the hood. This is the pad, and I am extremely blessed that I was able to do this on my vacation. And yeah, I'll be going on another big hike today, probably going to the grotto. I did hike to Stormhaven yesterday, and that's about it. Ooh, let's just pop you up there. Anyways, so maintenance. Um, anyways, this video is long enough. I'll leave you here, but yeah, really cool check-in today, and I still can't get over the view. I am just mind blown. It is stunning out, and I'm gonna go swimming in the grotto today, and it's a cathartic experience. As a 14-year-old doing the grade 8 grad trip to Camp Celtic, I didn't jump in the water like everyone else did. I just dipped my toes in, and I was a chicken, and that's always been a regret of mine. So I'm gonna go swimming and jump in the ice water, and it's gonna be, cathartic and healing for my 12-year-old self. So I'll leave you off here, and yeah, have a great week. God bless.